Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out today's stream with the Mutant M6 here. Nice to see some of you guys are here already. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. Today, I'm going to be doing tank requests like usual. I'm going to be mixing in, every like 3 battles or so, like a couple premium tanks and grinds as well. I switched the overlay around a little bit here. Not sure if I exactly like the upper right part. I'm gonna switch it later on, but I'm just trying to tweak things around a little bit. You can kind of, hey Levi, you can kind of see him in the back. Alright, so we're in the tier 9 match here. Hopefully I didn't break anything though, since switched a lot of stuff around in OBS. It's gonna be a little bit tough for me to bounce some of these tier 9s, but I'll try my best here. I'm gonna head to the town, which I thought I had turned on. I turned on colorblind mode since somebody had requested that. Kind of, I guess it's still green for your team. I see the other side's purple. I just saw that there's still some red on aiming reticle, but. Hello Jerry, Fix It Man. Hey Randall and Labobo and CJ if you're still around here. Ooh, there's an IS-3 incoming. I'm just heading here just in case they don't get him. Should be fairly safe to block shots. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've seen the color blind mode before. I thought it would have changed the aiming circle too, but I was wrong there. Oh crap. That's gonna hurt. Maybe not. Be careful out there, IS-6. You don't have as much armor as I do. But if he wants to block shots, that's completely fine with me. I'm gonna have to get used to this. I'm used to red tanks standing out a little bit more. But I think it'll be an easy enough adjustment here. Main thing I have to worry about is my standard pen here. I don't know why this IS-6 decided to pop out as far as he did. That wasn't exactly the best choice. I'm gonna try to hop in here, but I don't necessarily want to stick my neck out too far for him, to be honest. Like, he just whacked me. Luckily I bounced the T-32, it's just... Come on. Yeah. Now I'm basically in the same boat as he is. I'm probably gonna die now. At least I'll get one more shot off here. It's just he's gonna be able to shoot me before I can get back. Yep. I shouldn't have saved him. I should have guessed... Yeah. We're only up by 1, but... I should have known better than to go out there and save the IS-6. Like, he basically turned this corner side on to 2 tanks able to hit his side, plus the 2 tanks right in front of him. And he knew that they were there. But, yep, that's what I get for being a little bit nice there. Hello Scud and Casper. Hey Abdul too, nice to see you. It's kind of funny when you think about it, though, Fix It Man. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep reminding myself, at least for a couple days here. You little dog, no licking. Which tonight I'll be streaming World of Warships, so that starts at 9 p.m. tonight. It'll be pretty interesting. I haven't done like a very long stream with that, which I think at this point, the whole Star Wars Battlefront thing, I don't think I'm gonna pick it up anymore. For anyone, I remember. Hello, William. Nice to see you. For anyone that you know, remembers me talking about the loot boxes and stuff in that game last stream, just if you don't follow you know, the website Reddit, just search like most downvoted comment in Reddit history. It's kind of hilarious. But EA is kind of the publisher of Star Wars Battlefront. They're kind of doubling down in a way and screwing people over when it comes to the game. But one of their comments off of one of their official accounts has, within I think a 2 or 3 day period, gotten the most downvotes by like 20 to 30 times the next closest one in the history of Reddit. It's kind of funny. But I don't think I'm picking it up. At least I'll wait maybe until it's really on sale in a couple months, but more or less, yeah. I don't really like supporting things like that. They removed the cancel your pre-order option basically when everyone started canceling their game yesterday and the day before, and making people jump through a ton of you know, hoops essentially to be able to get their money back. Doesn't really sit right for me. But yeah, they are marketing a lot. If you read about the thing now, the situation, they're tweaking things a little bit, but it's just shady stuff. Like the review copies they put out for the game for Battlefront, basically people for the online component, the reviewers were able to progress 6 times faster than what the release version. It released today, I believe it's out now, but they basically accelerated how much stuff you earn 6 times for the reviewers, and you know, they got decent reviews. You know, it's not exactly as grindy, to where somebody calculated based off of the launch, so what everyone's going to be playing, which is slowed down to normal progression. It's something like, I forget, it's over like 2,000 hours or something to be able to unlock everything. It's kind of crazy. And it's not like a game, say like World of Tanks, where you have like hundreds of different tanks and vehicles to unlock. These are just like little heroes and like cards to give you boosts. But anyway, hello TJD, nice to see you. I think I'm gonna take that game off of my sites for the time being now. Okay, he's not giving me a great shot, but I'll pop him with a standard AP. It's about a 50-50 chance for me to pin him. Maybe 40-50 or 40-60. Oh, why? No, why aren't you guys shooting? That was 2 solid shots from our team that could have got him there. Yep. I was a little bit afraid of that, but hey, I kind of deserved it. I loaded up a APCR shot, but you can't really bounce Jag Panzer 100 heat, which I do have compared to the last stream. I'm trying to get out of the way of the come on dude, I need to get in here. Trying to get out of the way of the TD mainly, but gotta love it. Since last stream, I do have 2 more tanks that you guys can request from. There's the Easy 8 Sherman and also the Tiger P. I added up there. My problem is I cannot get hit by that HE now. Hello Leaf, nice to see you. That one freaking heat shell just completely set me back here. Which our right side, we're down by five tanks right now, but our right side gets folded. Not that we had a ton of people there, but trying to just wiggle myself out here, but and it's not helping that he's sitting in front of me like that. Ooh, that's a... That was tempting when he was angled there, but I don't think that I'd be able to pin him, to be honest. Unless he gives me a better shot. He might be able to kill me here too. He got me from the center. It was bound to happen eventually, but we killed 2 tanks here. Like, there's not too much I could have done in this situation. I tried to hold down behind here, but once, you know, with him throwing heat, that's the one tank you don't want to come across. Yeah, E100 TD, chucking out premium shells. Yeah, take one of the most armored tanks in the game, the E3, outside of its lower plate, and I'm not even confident sitting in front of that thing. What gun? There's only really one option for the Easy 8, the 76mm. It's like, honestly, the 105, it's, you know, if it's a tank to where if you want to use like the 105, you're better off, you know, playing the E2 Sherman. Like, you can make the comparison between, you know, the Easy 8 technically could use the 105 as well, but it's just, at this point in World of Tanks, it's not like a lot of people are grinding through that line and kind of, you know, it's not like it's going to be one of your only tanks to pick from, you know, for a lot of people, to where you're better off using the 76 and the E8, and, you know, if you want to use like a howitzer, getting the jumbo Sherman. Yeah, that was not a typical T110E3 match there at all. Anyway, on to the AMX here. Let's say I haven't gotten an ace in a while here. Which, for anyone that wasn't here last stream, kind of went over it. I don't have a webcam set up to see it really yet. Like, you can kind of see it on my secondary one here, but for challenges now, winners, essentially you're gonna get, currently there's one Labobo up there with a PZ7. More or less, if you win a challenge now, you're gonna get, I had to change these a little bit, make them a little bit bigger, essentially a little token essentially with your name up on a challenge board, as well as sponsors. All the sponsors are up there right now too. I just need to tweak things a little bit. I finished it at like 10:30 at night last night, and the webcam's not picking up the text that I have up there because it's a little bit small. So I had to tweak it a little bit before I go all in. But anyway, you know, even right now, anyone that wins challenges, you'll get up on the board, and it's just going to be ever expanding. But after the stream here, I gotta, you'll notice, you know, the overlay changed a little bit. I'm trying to condense it a little bit. Oh, that T-49 is so angry. I'm trying to condense it a little bit because I can fit, you know, fit more stuff into less boxes here to make it a little bit less clunky. But I'm gonna be switching it essentially to stuff in the upper right corner of the stream. I'm gonna be putting it in the left corner to make it fit a little bit better. It's just the freaking clock in matches here. I should have just fixed it yesterday when I had the chance. Okay, so they have a ton of people over there. We have our two giant TDs that should probably be on the other side. They're kind of derping around side. Definitely harder for me to pick up tanks being spotted with the purple, but starting to get a hang of it here. Hello Mojo, nice to see you. And Mighty Gamer. But our team, some way, somehow, has set up in a way where we're not able to defend that side. They're not even spotting that side. I don't want to push out here only because I'm not going to be covered from right where I'm pointing at, but they're not even spotting, or yeah, this is going to be another, unfortunately, pretty quick match as far as us getting clobbered here. Like, it's not that hard, honestly. Yeah, this T-57 is gonna wreck me. But, yep, oh well. I knew this was gonna be the outcome, but it's better than me, honestly, sitting over on the other side. And, I wouldn't be able to do anything over here. Oh well. It's just, basically our two Jagdpanzer E100s. You would think that they wouldn't push out to the side where, you know, their lights and mediums were probably going to be. They didn't send anyone over here. So we just threw away two of our, you know, top tiers in this match. And we just got clobbered. But, oh well, not too much you can do about that outside of just, you gotta grin and bear it. Like, even if I went to the other side, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to change the outcome over there. Alright, so let me hop into a grind before I get into the M46 here. Hello, Anthony. Nice to see you. When did I get a... What is it? The Jumbo Sherman? There's M4A1. There's... Do you mean the M4A3 too? I've had that for pretty much forever, the Jumbo Sherman. You mean that tank? Which down the road here, I did put it up in the shop, but you know, it's not nearly Christmas time yet, but kind of working on, I think it'll go over pretty well. I have a Christmas overlay here. I think I'm gonna get myself in a little bit of trouble here when it comes closer to the holidays, but this little snowman guy kind of sits next to the mini-map and you can see through him. Hello, Yu Hang, nice to see you. Alright, we got Sand River Assault. Alright, on the attacking side here. The Mutant M6, I've had that for several months here. Last time it went up for sale, it was on sale last year, or no, early this year, I think. I was very fortunate. Somebody was nice enough to purchase it for me. The IS-7, I can do an IS-7 match. Andre. A little easier if you request tanks. You just hit exclamation point request, press space, and type a tank name. A little easier for me to pick them out in the chat there. I'm kind of the same way, Lobobo. Granted, Thanksgiving for me is work. We actually already had our Thanksgiving, like family-wise. I helped orchestrate roping in Thanksgiving and 2 birthdays for my family into one. But I figured, you know, I'll just make the overlay now since I was doing them all yesterday. I was thinking about making one for Thanksgiving. It's just, yeah, you know, outside of like putting a turkey up there. What can I do? Yeah, you don't see too many of them. Like, I think it's a pretty decent premium. A lot of people would disagree with that, but like, a lot of people think it's pretty bad. But alright, so my team has decided to send nobody over here. It's a very bold move here. Assault mode, the tactics are essentially... Crap. I'm gonna get hammered here. Yeah, I'm not gonna survive this. I'm just gonna have to get whatever damage I can and die. The tactics for assault mode, essentially, they're the same as random battle, essentially, from my standpoint. Unfortunately, this is probably my least favorite one to play attack on because of this. More or less, you know, defending, a lot of people tend to camp more when they're on the defending side, but the reason why a lot of people have assault mode, like these people I'm putting on my blacklist, because nobody is up in this area come assault when you're attacking. A lot of times you just have people that play it literally the same as random battles, and you have stuff like this to where you have heavy tanks and people that should be up in the fight just driving in a map or area of the map with nobody there. But more or less, the main thing different between assault and standard, the time. There's a lot less time in assault. So when you're attacking, if you kind of play it slow, there's a pretty good chance of you running the clock out, which is it's a pretty viable tactic for the defense side if you're kind of down by a little bit or it's kind of even later on. You know, it's a tactic to be able to kind of press the enemies for time. Unfortunately here though, you know, it's just, we had literally nobody come to my flank. I probably should have ran away, but usually the enemy, you know, sets up here and here, but they get pushed. That was the right thing to do. And they're just utterly gonna clobber the rest of our team. Hello Wako, nice to see you. And Sanji. And TBG. Hello Nori as well. But honestly, like Type 64 equipment, like the reason I keep assault mode, here's the Type 64 equipment: optics, rammer, and a vertical stabilizer. Pretty much plays like any other light tank. There's, you know, there's no huge trick to it outside of, you know, try not to get shot too much. But when it comes to, you know, keeping that enabled, you get really bad matches like that because people don't really notice that they're playing assault, or they just don't care and do the same thing that they always do. But I still find it a good little mix-up, rather than playing, like, you're playing on the same maps, of course, but playing the same thing over and over and over. To me, I keep encounter, assault, and the grand battles enabled just because it's more, yeah, it's more change, and you're not doing, you know, say, Mountain Pass standard battle as much, if that makes any sense. Hello, Floyd. Nice to see you. So far, the teams have been a little lopsided, but yeah, it's all good though. See, I like the IS-7 line better, Mighty Gamer. Hello, Varus. Nice to see you. What do you mean, how to survive World of Tanks without donate? What do you mean about that? Okay, you can change your request if you want. Do you mean how to play World of Tanks without spending any money on it? You know, even though, you know, it's definitely easier having a premium account. If you don't want to spend any money on World of Tanks, your best bet is just kind of, like, you can definitely get tier 9 and 10 without spending money, but to save yourself frustration, I would say just cross off tier 9 and 10 and cap yourself at tier 8 if you never plan on spending money. It's just, it's honestly not worth it for people that if you aren't going to spend anything to go past that, because you're literally going to lose money every single match, and just the huge cost of moving up is going to be a problem. Alright, I wasn't expecting that second pen, but they pushed across there a little sooner. But more or less, you know, the only thing holding you back, if like you're not going to spend anything, like you can win some free gold for certain specials and whatnot, and you know, if you're on the NA server, it does help with tankrewards.com, but is your garage slots. You're not going to be able to have a ton of tanks per se, but you can still have enough of a selection to where it's not that much of a constraint. But I would just go with the rule of thumb of not, I was about to say, I don't want to push out here, thank God that he caught him. It's just, yeah, already always freaking aims at this spot. Not that our Artie's really pinging where they're shooting, so I have up to tier 6 when it comes to Czech's tanks. That's why the last battle I was grinding on. Unfortunately here, we just lost the center. That one TD isn't gonna hold up forever unless he plays that perfectly. Ah, crap, I missed, of course. Come on, guys, we need to step it up a little bit here. Waiting for him to fire. Tier 9, I did not want to have him. Does not have the best pen. Here we go. It's just we really need to worry about this. Alright, great. Honestly, I'm tempted to push to the cap. It's just there's still Object 140 somewhere we don't know where he's at. But it's just already can hit us pretty well going back the way that we are. I don't have the LTTB, which anyone, you know, if you want to see what tanks I have, please take a look at my tank request list. It's in the video description below this video. You can also request tanks by please just one at a time. You just hit ! request, press space, and you type the tank name. So it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be hard for me to keep up with chat and pick out any requests that don't use that today. Especially, I'm doing my best. I switched to colorblind mode here, which it's just a little bit different, but I just need to focus a little bit more until I pick up the purple. Alright, this isn't the best side for me to go on right now, and I got hit stupidly. Because I'm able to get RD'd. I pushed on that side to help my team move up a little bit. Yeah. This 1390 has me kind of pinned now, but there already has a pretty clear shot on me. Crap. Come on, Centurion 7, E100. I know you don't have HP, but the longer you wait here, the worse off. Yep, this guy's just gonna come in and kill me. Thank you. That's awesome, E100. We're a little bit lucky that you got that, but that's World of Tanks sometimes. You gotta have a little bit of luck thrown in there. Come on, guys. He can't shoot all three of us, but if there's just two of us, he's gonna go after me. Yep. That's what I thought. I played that out in my head, and I'm glad this guy has me though. Ooh, thank you, WZ. Played that in my head, and I just barely got through. That was close. See you, CJ. Thanks for watching for a little bit. That's just how Tank Rewards is. It's NA only. That's Wargaming's decision. It's probably because, the North American server needs a little bit more incentive to, play World of Tanks at times. Just because NA players have a tendency to short time span, or attention span, I should say. When it comes to games, like, a lot of people pick up like the newest, shiniest thing, every couple months and move on to the next game. So it's a little bit more, rewards for the NA base, just to get them, playing day after day, since a lot of them are daily missions. Pretty decent battle though, even though it hasn't looked like the best of battles. I'm almost at 3,000 damage, a little over 1,000 assist. We have a lot of low HP tanks, so I've got to be careful here. I don't particularly want to cap in this instance, just because me being alone, if I go and cap and this person starts, killing our team one by one, awesome, we killed him there, I wouldn't be able to cap out before he could get to me, in like the worst possible scenario there. Madden, that IS7's on the tank request list. Please look before you ask about that. Got a Mastery Badge 3rd class, Confederate Award, but top 3 damage. I'll gladly take that. So Levi has a pick here. Why don't I hop into a premium, since I'm a little bit low in credits for buying all those tanks, but I have enough. I kind of have enough time in between the next tank I need to buy for my grinds. Kind of get them back. I'm gonna hop into the 252U. Their Object 140 was running all over the place, yeah. I'll give him credit. He was trying his best to pull out a win for his team there. It's just, unfortunately, wasn't able to get it in the end. They actually, I thought we were gonna lose that, honestly, for a long time, but we somehow pulled it out and stopped the bleeding. It was probably, they're already, I thought they were going to be able to hit me when I was kind of stuck going back to the base. If they're already had landed some shots on us there, it would have completely changed that scenario. Thank you very much, Will. I'll check it after the battle here. Alright, so I'm in a tier 10 match here. Ooh. I'm gonna head down this way regardless. It's just, you know, the Object 252 armor is good, but the DPM definitely starts showing, you know, some problems once you start facing off against 10s and some 9s like the Malshin. It's just, you still hit them for a decent amount of damage, but they're not going to be that afraid of you, say in a drawn out fight. Nice to see I was the only one that was going to try to shoot the T10. Thank you for the package when I get it here. Yeah, I couldn't pass up the 30% off sales for a lot of the tanks I picked up over the weekend. I tried picking some that I've seen people ask for and I haven't had. I'll take a... It's only 140 HP, but it's something on that Malshin. Just chuck an HE round at him and hope for the best. It's just I need to get him up here. Nope. Okay, he gets fired though. I should be safe to track him. I don't feel bad using, whoops, APCR, which I stuck myself out a little bit too far there. I didn't think he could hit me, but that was my mistake. I should actually try to angle somewhat appropriately here. Just, even though I'm kind of angling a little bit better here, I'm not necessarily safe in a sense, because all it takes is the 121 or the Malshin just to push up a little bit further, because we're dropping tanks pretty quickly here. Right, you can come around, that would be awesome. This Patriot should be able... Nope, he missed. Oh dude, don't do that. Awesome. Yeah, I would take a shot if it made sense, but kind of missed the first couple there. Whoa, why are you behind me, E75? Guess I'm getting ready to push here on the one. Never mind, the 121 died. Awesome. He's getting blind fired by the Streb there at the end. Hello, fan. Nice to see you. But I took some shots that I could have bounced, but I was angling all kinds of wrong here. The Scorpion G is able to pin me almost. Go. If I had went first, I wouldn't be able to angle regardless of how I went around, without a pretty good chance of him killing me there. But even though I could have bounced a couple shots, I was mainly just keeping an eye on the rest of my team, which they're doing pretty well. So I was just taking shots when it made sense for me to poke out, get a little bit of damage off of them, without a chance of me like getting one shot at. Still had my fire extinguisher, and also getting ammo racked in this. It's a pretty low chance that you're gonna get ammo rack, say, one shot and have it detonate. Right, please don't hit me there. Like, please don't get a direct hit on me. I can add the Prima Victoria on. It's gonna take me a while to get to any requests though, since I have several here already. Really? 0 damage critical hit on the side of a Strive 103B. I think I hit him like right on the top, and it kind of went through the track, and then E75 again. You're on my blacklist for doing that. That's the second time this guy's rammed me in the back. Like, even though we have a pretty good lead here, you know, there's still 2 tanks left, which I'm not even going to cap anymore because it doesn't make sense for me to sit in front of a T-28. I should be able to scoot through. He was just shooting me underneath that other tank. Just first time someone does that to me, it's annoying. Second time you do it to me, it's a little bit too much. Which, easy for me just to track him, and I should be able to get... Nope. Thank you for getting him, Shrev. He obviously had repair on his crew. You never do that to people. Running straight into them, messes their shot up, and, you know, you can even track them, do damage. Hello, nice guy. Nice to see you. Like, you know, one of the things that can really help you in, you know, World of Tanks that it doesn't always look very evident is trying to get, like, I call them like little cheap shots. You know, typically teams go more or less to the same spot each match, to where you kind of learn where people are going to get spotted a lot of times. Just throw a shell down range when they get spotted. And, you know, getting a, especially in a gun that does like say 400 or 500 damage, it can be a pretty big advantage for your team. So but thank you very much for the gift here, William. Hello 23. That's gonna help me out quite a bit. I have an IS-7 up here for my next tank. Because the next tank I have coming up I need to purchase is going to be a tier 10, I believe, or the KV4. So that'll definitely help me out. Thank you very much. Did you say though you want to challenge the M48, or, you know, I have it up here for a request. I honestly love playing the tank. Feel free to request it a lot. It's a pretty, you know, it's probably one of my favorite tier 10s to play right now. It's hard to dethrone the T110E3 for me, but the M48 gives it a run for its money. Alright, so ooh, I'm probably gonna head over to the hill. This doesn't play the best when it comes to places you need gun depression. However, I'm just looking at the other people on my team. Both TDs probably or shouldn't head out on this side, and the VK72 upon K shouldn't head out here as well. So knowing that, they're gonna have an E50M most likely over here, and they have a couple tier 9 mediums and light tanks, and their IS-7 possibly could head this way, even though it looks like their E50M on the mini-map here, he's kind of sticking around their base. So I'd be more comfortable, honestly, fighting the Peninsula on this with the IS-7, but I'll head out over here. Fortunately, with the mobility buff somewhat recently for the IS-7, like, I'm keeping up with the mediums more or less here. So hopefully we can kind of push them back behind the train tracks here. That's all good. And when it comes to requests, you know, especially for earlier streams, typically, you know, requesting tanks, there's a little bit more slots available. So if I get through one of your tanks that you guys I just want you to shoot me, honestly, so I can move up. He's waiting for my lower plate. Guess I'll throw a HE round at him. So if I get through your tank and, you know, there's not a huge amount of tank requests, you know, feel free to keep requesting tanks. I knew I was going to get hit by Artie. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Just, I'm kind of getting a little annoyed that I'm stuck here. I guess I'm just gonna head this way. It's just once I start doing this IS-7 can push up and shoot the M46 from behind, which is what he's trying to do right now. I'm trying to help him out, but he's not helping me out by kind of pushing the IS-7 back. Just, you know, a few inches would work. Alright, I should be okay here to push into the IS-7. I may take a couple shots, but these two guys should help me out in the long run. He actually did the right thing here. I pushed up further here to kind of give me a little bit of protection from SPGs. The IS-7, he should have pushed straight around there though. I wouldn't have been able to hit him again. He would have survived for maybe another shot. Ivan, honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't really keep track of win rate 8 anymore. If I had to guess, I'm still somewhere around, what, like 2,700 or something? I don't know. I don't think win rate 8 matters anymore. Alright, my mediums, they're all pulling back. Like, I know they're pushing towards our base here, but it pretty much just stops our push into their base 100%. I don't have anyone behind me. So, I guess I'm heading this way too. Guess it would be nice to get a little pressure on their SPGs. Luckily though, I should be safe-ish. This tortoise is a problem. Alright, can someone else get a hit on him? Still has me kind of pinned down here. He just took a shot, which that doesn't mean he's not going to be able to hit me before he reload or I get across, but I'm fairly confident in doing that. Right. Could be taken out. Whew, I just moved just in time. I kind of flicked myself a little bit to the left there. Anyone gonna push up? Like I'm kind of at this a little bit alone here. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to get him. I took a big hit from the 704 too, but I was trying to get the T49 since my 1390 helped me out a bit there. Alright, people. Got the tortoise, awesome. 704 maybe here still, but I don't think he's gonna pop out. I'm not used to honestly playing. I thought I cleared that spot. I'm not used to playing something like an IS-7 coming from the southern spawn up this way either, but That's how my team was kind of shaking out. They stopped pushing on the base and, yeah, kind of did the right thing and moved back. It's just, it's a little bit different than the norm. Still ended up with a good match. 3,100 damage, 1,100 assist. Hello, Steven. Nice to see you. Well, yes, you are right there, Wako. People do kind of focus on your win rate 8 if they use like XVM and stuff. But yeah. I just, you know, I honestly, I never really cared too much about stats. I know for a long time now, like I'd put up like win rate 8 and stuff in the title of my streams, but the reason I completely stopped doing it is, you know, it did do some good, but a lot of negativity came out of the whole win rate 8 thing in World of Tanks throughout, you know, the lifespan of World of Tanks. But more or less when Wargaming changed a bunch of tanks on the PC side, you know, rebalanced a lot. The way Wargaming's API is set up, that they access all these stats from, it's not able to differentiate between, you know, all those battles you played, say, like in my account, I have a ton of battles in the T10. I only have played the T10 once on this account. All those battles are the IS-4. And that goes with other, say, like light tanks getting up-tiered and rebalanced. It just completely throws everything out of whack. The win rate 8 creators, essentially, and the people updating it, kind of dropped, you know, updating it and other people taking it over. They essentially, you know, not to say they gave up, but they just switched it to, it's more heavily focused on dealing damage than it's ever been. And it's just, to me, it's not a sound metric. Like, Wargaming's trying to put in, which I put in the titles of my streams now, World of Tanks rating, WTR. That, I think, once they fully commit to it, will definitely be the better rating that people can go off of. It's honestly harder to, say, stat pad in it, and it's more tied to how your tank actually plays, because it takes into account assist damage, spotting damage, you know, block damage in certain tanks, and so on and so forth, and even a survival rate. It's less heavily dependent on just straight out dealing damage, which we'll try to help this side, but we don't have that many tanks. But I feel like some people will never switch over to it just because, you know, they can't say, oh, I have like 6,000 win rate 8 across 3 battles today, and kind of take a screenshot and post it up on like a forum or something, and, you know, get a couple upvotes. But there's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, it's not something that I think most people care about. Hello, big dog, nice to see you. I'm not really wanting to push. I'll move up a little bit further here, but it's just, I don't think this is gonna go as well as we might need it to here. Unfortunately, I'm 2 tiers down in a tank that I don't want to just chuck pure APCR out of this, but I'm thinking that he's gonna pop up again. I have an HE shell right now. It's just the tanks that are over here outside of this T-71, I don't have a good chance at penning them. Crap. I should have just aimed center mass, but I thought he was gonna pull back. Gonna, ooh, glad I got him. Like, I like the T-25 AT here. It's just, this is one of the least balanced maps when it comes down to Say fair battles. Crap. I kind of slid down there a little too early, but sorry, Centaurian. I could have got one more shot off there, but I wouldn't be able to run away. Still have a very teeny tiny chance here. Alright, our arty has decided that they do not want to run away here. It's a fairly bold move. I don't think it's going to work out too well for them, but well, they did make the 15th missions for personal missions harder for a lot of them. I'm gonna, I guess, suck it up and stay here. Because I'm basically two-shottable by everything that's coming at me except for the T-71. Gonna be an expensive match for me though, using a lot of APCR shells. Arty's focusing on me too. There goes one tank. Trying to spot for my team, but I'm not able to do it now. I probably have at least one more. Yeah, I'm stunned too. He's got me. Ooh, I tracked him, but no damage. That was actually a good time for him to pop around there. M48's probably gonna get me. Or not M48, M53. Wrong tank. Thank you. Nah, their other already got me. 1500 damage though. You know, I tried my best to help him down there, but you know, had I pushed further in the south here, I would have died because they would have seen me a lot sooner. They only saw me when I start running away. If I had sat back, I wouldn't have been able to hit as many tanks this way. So, another one of these matches here where, unfortunately, you get a lot of maps where things can just go really wrong for your team. But, alright, so let me start a raffle here. Winner gets 500 Levi biscuits. Yeah, that's kind of why I kind of decided with Battlefront I'm not going to pick it up unless, like, say there's a really good deal on it, like say 50% off or something down the road. But yeah, the whole, which top 3 damage here in a tier 9 match, that's not too bad when it comes to, you know, being a tier 7. It's just, I did lose some credits because I used, you know, without APCR there, I probably would have bounced or not penned 2 or 3 of those shots. So on to the Type 64. Like, when it comes to, say, loot crates and stuff in games, I'm kind of, you know, I'm not to say I accept them completely, but I'm fine with them. Say, like, take for example another game that's more or less a full price game, Overwatch. They have loot crates, but you know, granted, I picked up Overwatch for 40 bucks, Battlefront 60 bucks. If you're paying money up front, like for full price retail game, loot crates should not give you things that aren't just purely cosmetic. Like Destiny and Destiny 2 does it as well, to where essentially the loot crates in that game, they're called bright engrams. They're just cosmetic stuff. That I can kind of be fine with, as long as you're able to earn them, you know, for free as well. But yeah, Battlefront, they did it completely wrong, and I was really excited for the game because I love Star Wars. But yeah, I'm not gonna get behind supporting something like that. That's funny, Mojo. Bottom tier here again, so I gotta play this a little bit carefully. And maybe I'll just try to spot instead of rush far here. But I did not push up as far as I usually do, because that would have ended very poorly for me. Alright, I'm gonna want to move because of that. I might actually not fix that stun, but I'm not gonna be able to help them down here. Like I have 483 HP. A few of their tanks can almost not one-shot me, but very close to it. I'm better off, I feel like, moving. I might be able to get a couple shots up here. Yes, winning a lot of raffles in a row, you know, the chances of that happening are low, but you know, typically there's between like 8 to 15 people that enter the raffles here, so it's not that far-fetched. Oh my god. Did not expect to see you. I found their FV304. Ooh, thank god that worked. Luckily, I knew that tank did not have gun depression. I probably wouldn't have ran away like that, but I knew it could not point its gun down and get me in time. Alright. Our south is... they're doing alright. I was trying to push in to get their artillery, but... oh lord. Oh god, this is bad. It's just they have the SU-100Y now, and also VK-3601H, kind of covering the base essentially. I'm not going to be able to do much there. Please don't hit me, Borsig. It's able to hit me still. I'm able to hit it though. Luckily I found myself a little slot to slot in here. Alright, Tiger P. Let me advance. Nice, I gotta worry about him. Congratulations, Abdul, on winning the raffle. God, he moved this way. Alright, do I think that I can get around him? Maybe. I was trying to track him to up my chances for survival, but fortunately he didn't hit me with a first shot. So this worked out here. You know, over 1,000 damage so far. That M12 just almost got me again. I might die here rushing in, but I'm trying to rush in to get some spots here. Hopefully there's not an RD directly on my right. BK did move a little bit. Get a little bit of damage, but as far as playing the Type 64, you know, it's pretty much in line with almost every other light tank, to where you're not going to out alpha most of the things that you come across. You don't have a lot of HP, not a lot of armor. It's just playing it safe and pouncing on good, you know, good matchups that you have, whether it's flanking somebody, going to kill Artie, just spotting. You know, you just kind of slot into where your team needs it. So Got a mastery badge first class here though. Ooh, I have not seen one of this. I've never gotten that. I guess it's a new one. Yoshio Tamada medal. Yeah, I think that's a newer medal though. Got a Piscucci's medal and also Scout. So a pretty good match there in Type 64. Most amount of experience, top 2 in damage, top 3 as far as the match is concerned. Fortunately for us though, that worked out pretty well there. Let me add something into the shop though. Alright, so we have the M48 up here next. Then after that, I'm just gonna pop into a grind before getting to the KV2. Yeah, sponsors, don't forget to use your Levi Biscuit modifier. But yeah, the V range is nice on it. Okie dokie, where do I want to... It's encounter, so I'm probably going to end up in the town more or less. This is a little bit too big for... It doesn't have enough armor either for me to go to the center. I'm not going to go to the valley just because it's encounter. If it was standard battle, I'd think about it. At least like giving a quick little peek and seeing the matchup. Alright guys, I know you're trying to go to the center, but kind of pick up your... pick your route and stick with it. I need to, given the speed and size of this, I don't want to be on the right side of this IS-3. I typically go where this 121's going to head. It's just, you don't want to get spotted super early. Like, I hate that already, to be honest. Obviously most SPGs are like, oh, we have easy shots straight down the valley. Like, maybe you shouldn't set up there. Like, not to say you completely ignore the valley, but when it comes to encounter mode, it's not that important to hold it, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. There's a child screaming outside my window. It's a little troubling. I guess the school bus is coming soon. We have one of our neighborhood's bus stops is on the corner of our yard here. Honestly, this guy, you're not so Canadian. The Canadians are not that rude. Do I really want to push? I saw that 110 just almost got shot. Because they have at least 2, I would guess 4 tanks sitting on that standard area. I'm gonna wait for somebody to pop up here. I'm assuming it's just nobody's on the cap right now, so they need to come to us, essentially. And they only have a minute 20, so I don't think we're gonna cap out. Plus we're ahead, but right now, you know, there's not too much upside. Fortunately, their T95 just crashed. I will risk it now. There's still probably someone there. Yep, he just missed me as well. But there wasn't much upside for me to pop out that way. Down to 50 seconds. only up by 3 tanks. It's a good number, but it's still not out of the your team completely implodes realm. I'm just gonna keep taking shots that make sense for me. Yep, they're already finally got me. Alright, so considering that now, get another little shot off on him. So now we're only up by 2. Now that I have HP though, uh-oh. I'm actually in a really bad spot now. Like, really, really bad spot. Ooh. Now I'm in a terrible spot because didn't see that our SPG was shooting there. I don't think that he teed his target, but yep, I'm dead now. I should have just capped, but would have been nice though if somebody. Maybe he did. He did tee his target, so that's my fault. I was getting. Honestly, I probably should have saw that, but oh, I could have sworn no, he didn't tee his target there. But we're actually gonna lose this now. I would say there's I'd say a very slim chance of us winning. But that I'll put that on me though, because oh lord, I could have just capped there, but I moved out of cover. Artillery perks, you pretty much just only important ones are Brothers in Arms, Sixth Sense, and Camouflage. Like I'd go Brothers in Arms first, so you don't have to pay to reset stuff. But yeah, we're gonna lose now, and I'm a little upset there. I screwed that up. I'd go Brothers in Arms just so you don't have to reset and lose anything. And then after that, you know, do Sixth Sense and Camouflage. Alright, so let me get into a grind first, and I'll get to the KV2. I blew that though. We were down to like 22 seconds on the cap, and I could have just sat there and capped it out. We are up to 11, Randall. The next kind of milestone for like another emoji is 15, which YouTube's actually working on. They're currently testing just to make sure it works on non-YouTube gaming. They're working on sponsorships there, so more stuff will work between the two. And I believe once that kind of gets ironed out, they're working on, for those, you know, those people that either want to donate, or I shouldn't say donate, tip. I think they're doing tiers when it comes, so you'll still have like the $5 a month, I think it is. But if you want like a, say another, it makes your name, I think, different color and a different badge, they'll do like a $10 a month, $15 a month range too. Or you can do multiple months at one cost up front. Just to, I think they're just working on more options to give people, because I know a few of you guys asked about, you know, how can you say, outside of just, you know, tipping directly, support me, you know, them more than just $5 a month. They're working on something like that. But things typically go very slow when it comes to YouTube, just because, like, I thought it was a little weird at first, kind of seeing how they have it set up, but essentially they have a very small, say, development crew for the YouTube gaming side of things, and they're kind of separate, and basically separate entirely from the standard YouTube team. And they kind of have to work they have to work with what they have. Like, they don't have as many resources, and a lot of times, oh god, I just have to sit here and try to get him to miss as many shots as possible. He missed 2 though. Awesome. It's just there's a Yag Tiger heading towards me. Yeah, I had to miss 1 more shot, but that wasn't gonna happen. Alright, so this was a quick one and done. Honestly, I didn't pick him up as soon as I probably should have, but that was my bad. But yeah, this loss on Lakeville, that was me. But when it comes to, which this guy did a really good job for his team. I'll give him credit, but I completely screwed up. Even after I got reset on the cap, we still should have won it, but I should have killed the ST1, then went for the Object 430 or fell back to where it was a little safer. Instead though, I didn't finish off the ST1. I tried to go after the 430. He just sat there while the ST1 went to flank me with the KV4. Would have been completely different had I guess, not overthought things. Well, that too. The purple. Granted, that I wouldn't have picked up the 13 or the Batchat 25 AP in time, even if, it was red there. I spotted him too late and I was looking at the other guys. Well, as far as the thing with Streamlabs, I get asked every time since I log into the streamer side of it. When they ask to control your account, in a way, the permissions they're asking for, I'm not sure if you're tipping through there, I don't think that they need to actually access your account. There is a way around that if you're just tipping. I don't know if it's, maybe I put up the wrong link, I'll have to look, but they shouldn't need to access your any account as far as that goes, if you're just tipping. I could be wrong there, but when it comes to them asking for access to your account, I get that notification every time I log in. That way they can pull, people, say, subscribing to me, tipping me, super chat, stuff like that. More or less, they're just, asking to use a name. They actually don't, get control of anything on your account. Google's pretty, pretty strict on those types of things. I had to set up, I pull stuff for my website when it comes to live stream, showing them live up there on my pages. I have an API set up through Google to use that, where the permissions they give you, they don't give you that much access to things. It's mainly just say names and names and stuff like that. It's not like you can control someone's account. But I get it though, when it comes to giving certain or random companies access to a private account. I try my best to keep my stuff secure as possible too. God, I need to, thank God I got a hit there. I got a pretty big hit in return, but these freaking little pillars, which I'm sorry, 5916, I've got to run here because I'm out here almost all alone here. I'm gonna wait for this E2 to come around. It's just, yeah, I'm virtually alone in the town because we have so many people camping the base, which is a problem on this side, I find. Thank you very much, Scud, for the tip. It was gonna be funny if that showed up as purple. Be like the theme of the day for the stream, purple. Thank you very much, though. Ah, I missed. But I'll check with the Streamlabs link that I have up on the stream here. I could just have, I could have posted the wrong link, and that's why it's trying to get you to log in. Very nice. I'm glad I kind of called it in time that I was out there alone. With a really long reload and poor accuracy of the KV2. And even though, you do a lot of damage with this, it's not always reliable damage. Like, you can hit the mantlet of a tank and it just completely screws up everything because you do, like, no damage at all. As far as sponsoring Abdul, you have to check. It's basically the little $sign. It's not available everywhere as of yet. It may just not be active in your country. Like, they add more countries every few months, but with Super Chat and sponsoring, it's through the Google Wallet they use. So you'd have to check. I forget. There is a page. It's pretty easy to find to see what countries are supported through it. But that's where, going through YouTube, it has to be... Uh-oh. Okay, he's not upside down. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of, going directly through YouTube. Not all countries are supported through it yet, since it's still getting back to the whole YouTube and YouTube gaming thing. It's still kind of early when it comes to YouTube. It's such a big company, much larger than Twitch, to where it takes them a long time to be able to do everything. Because with the way Google handles receiving, say, super chats and also sponsors, it's a little bit different than getting paid through Twitch when it comes to Google tax-wise. And the taxes, they pretty, as far as what I know of how Twitch does, say for partners and stuff, Google does a lot more stuff on their end when it comes to taxes and whatnot. It makes it pretty easy for me when it comes tax time, but I can see where they roll out certain countries at a time once they have it all set up in place. Well, yeah, that's probably why, to where it's just not available yet. Hello, Graham. That doesn't sound very nice. I usually get that about once a year too. Fortunately, or not unfortunately, but I still have my tonsils, so it's pretty bad when I get it. But that's why, I have Streamlabs up there and also a direct link to PayPal. The main thing for sponsors that you get 4 times the Levi biscuits for watching, for every minute essentially, and also you get custom emojis and a badge. I got a master badge first class, high caliber, very nice. Pretty nice, straightforward KV2 match. Don't get flanked and pushed on by tanks with higher DPM than you. Success. Thanks for requesting that. But yeah. Honestly, I wish that I'd be able to, when it comes to like custom emojis and stuff, it would be nice if they gave you like one, like at least 1 or 2 for everyone to use on your channel. But we're gonna have to wait and see when it comes to that, because they're still trying to add it into the standard YouTube site, the whole sponsorship feature. That should be coming, I'd say, by spring of this year coming up. Alright, so I have the Primo Victoria here for my next tank up. Coffee. Yeah, YouTube too busy demonetizing stuff. Which that's actually getting better in the grand scheme of things. The demonetizing stuff. Like I've had some issues with it. Uh-oh. I just screwed up my screen over here. I've had some issues with it, but after, you know, I can challenge them essentially, since I have more than the certain amount of views that you need to do that. After a couple of the World of Tanks ones got flagged, I think I had to do 2 of them. Now they don't get flagged anymore. Essentially, the system they put in place, it learns as it goes. It learns from, you know, if stuff gets flagged and then the manual review for demonetizing stuff gets overturned, it kind of learns from that, to where the first few weeks of it happening, that's where a lot of people were getting like their whole channels basically flagged as far as not earning revenue from their videos. It's still happening, don't get me wrong. It's just, you know, it would have been nice if they say like put the system in place and have it like learning, say in the background, the shadows, and not doing anything, and then after, like, you know, getting fully set up to where it's not going to screw people up, release it in full force. But yeah, it's just something to where, okay, I thought you were not going to go straight behind me, but I'd like to kill the Conqueror freaking SPG, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I'm about to be nailed. Yep. It's the M40, and the Conqueror is probably very close behind him. We lost one of our SPGs, so kind of at a disadvantage now. Yeah, had I known this, I probably wouldn't have went out here. Don't want to head up here one further, but when it comes to the sake of not getting RD'd, yeah. Hey, now you're coming out, T10. Thank you. Just he rammed me in the beginning there, but then he kind of ran away and already got me. Sorry for whoever requested the Primo. This didn't exactly work out very well. Hello, Grigsby. Nice to see you. And hello, Sinnit. Nice to see you as well. Levi will come back for his biscuit tip. Yeah, the ping difference does make it a little difficult. Make sure you have your in the settings, the server side aiming enabled. You can see a little checkbox in the like general settings. I have a T-34-85M up here, so let me get some more personal reserves going. You get two tips, dog. He's like, man, I should leave the room more often here. Feel free to keep requesting tanks, though, guys. I have plenty of time to do more. Well, when it comes to the... Hello, Jordan. Nice to see you. Well, it comes to the challenging thing on YouTube, like, I'm not honestly saying it's great. Like, it does suck it's happening still, but, you know, more or less, I've mentioned it a few times to where, like, I think it's awesome that some people can do, say, videos, streaming, and whatnot as a full-time business and make, you know, a good living off of it. I personally would never, say, financially put that much weight into this, only because it still is like a new, say, career. And what's happening here, like, YouTube is the biggest fish, you know, in the ocean right now when it comes to videos, live streaming. You know, Twitch still has a leg up on, but advertisers, you know, wanting to determine what ads are shown on certain videos, they don't want, say, like, I don't know, kid stuff shown on like a gun video, for example. Unfortunately, YouTube didn't have the best thing in place for that. Like, I can see ads shown on my website, and while I can control certain things being shown on my website and advertisers can target certain stuff, it still wasn't, you know, exact enough, say, as like compared to television or something, or targeting certain videos, to where that's the problem that we had, to where from a standpoint, video creators should be, you know, angry about it, to where YouTube didn't have a system in place that the advertisers wanted. And honestly, for a very long time, hey, no begging, advertisers didn't have, you know, really the, I don't know, they didn't exactly care. And then all of a sudden, you know, in a few week time span, the advertisers just start pulling their ads and screwing people over and like making a big fuss about it, where they should have said something beforehand instead of like just all of a sudden creating the ad apocalypse, what people call it, and, you know, causing this huge controversy, to where, you know, the fault is definitely on YouTube and the advertisers. It just, you know, it had to happen as eventually, in my opinion, to where I can see it from both sides of the picture, to where, you know, I think the reasoning behind it is definitely logical. Like, advertisers just want their things shown on stuff that they approve of. But, you know, right now, unfortunately, so many people have like their livelihoods and they were making X amount of money from things, and that's not the case anymore. You know, it might go back to something close to that, but, you know, it's a growing pain, because it is still a new, I did not want to get hit by that. You know, it's a new career in my eyes. Like, I know it's not like brand spanking new, like it's probably over a decade that people have been doing this, but it's not like, say, like a chef in my example. People have been doing this for freaking like hundreds of years, you know? But anyway, it's enough rambling about that stuff. Back to tanks. Unfortunately here, my team has kind of forgotten that there's, you know, this strange thing called the, what, 8-0 line, I'll just go with. They've kind of completely forgotten about that flank entirely. I can't pop out too far because I can get hit. I'm gonna bank on this T-29 having my back here, because we're about to get flanked over here. Cracked him, which should help the ISU, but I'm not sure he's gonna survive. He needs to land that. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it is a shitty situation. I think it could have been handled a lot better by, you know, say, YouTube and advertisers. I honestly have a feeling, though, that when it comes down to it, it's going to happen to Twitch eventually soon. Like, with Amazon buying them, Twitch deals with, say, people using copyrighted music and different things. They're really lax on it now, but I have a feeling it's going to change sometime in the near future. So T-64, I assume you mean the Type 64 again here. We have a checks tank here. But unfortunately here, I did over, you know, 1,500 damage. I took a couple shots, mainly that big Leo shot in the beginning. I was angled wrong. But our team just you know, they focused on the field, and you know, it's not standard battle. The flag's in the town, and that's kind of where the enemy focused more on. And the town's important because it's hard to win back the town once somebody has it. So I'm glad you like the little graphics I have here for Levi. I have a T-30 up next. This guy. That's funny, poser. Levi, he's such a beggar now. He's getting, you know, better and better at begging. I'll give him credit about that. Thanks for tipping Levi, Bird. Well, it's a different discussion entirely, Floyd, but I won't, you know, completely disagree with that. But that's why sometimes when, you know, people ask me about like how to get into live streaming, making videos, I'm always, you know, I'm happy to help. But some people that end up asking me, you know, you can kind of tell they're more interested in learning about like how much money am I gonna make and stuff like that. You definitely can't think like that if you ever want to say start live streaming, making videos, because a lot of it comes down to luck. Like, don't get me wrong, people that are very good and like have a very good personality, they deserve all the views and stuff that they get. But some people just get lucky, and you know, they kind of strike it big in a new game when they are one of the first people streaming it. But when it comes to, you know, my opinion on this is, don't get into live streaming and making videos for the money aspect. A lot of people will agree with that, to where it's just, you know, you gotta like doing this. And it's like kind of any job in a sense, to where if you don't like your day job, you know, doesn't matter how much money you're making, you're gonna be miserable doing it. So just because you like playing video games doesn't mean you'll like it playing it live all the time. I'm just taking crappy shots here because I really need to get up further. There's 3 SPGs. Let's get my driver back, but hopefully I don't regret doing that. I don't know why the 2 people, mainly the WZ, pushed out behind me. I think I won out here just because I can kind of make it work here in a T-30. Ooh, they have a JPZ 100. It's like my arch nemesis today. I can kind of make it work out here with a T-30, but yeah, the WZ's in a really, really poor spot. My main thing here is just covering my reload. Hopefully this AMX is gonna die. Let's say hopefully he doesn't die, but he pushed a little bit too far out there for his own good. I'm gonna try to help with this Sheridan. I'm just stunned right now. Ah, crapola. I just got nailed. Their Artie's doing a very good job at screwing me up. I'm probably gonna... trying my best to be as unpredictable as possible here. I'll have to catch up on chat in a minute here, guys, though. Or not. Already. I thought I wasn't spotted, but I guess I didn't move enough there towards the end. Oh well, that's my bad. He can't hear any of the sounds when it comes to purchases, but that would be kind of funny though. He mainly looks to see if I move. If he sees me move at all, his head typically pops up. Right now he's kind of guarding my computer tower here. That's funny to see or hear, William. I guess it's the breed that, you know, honestly, when Levi begs, like you guys hear me say no to him a lot here. I mainly, you know, he gets a lot of stuff throughout the day. Like Ryan, she gets a little bit annoyed sometimes. Like the dog's kind of taken over a lot of our like little throw blankets. He loves like cuddling and stuff, but you know, I typically spoil the hell out of him. So, but then again, you know, I feel bad that, yeah, we could have gotten him, say, like a year or two earlier than what we did, but we just didn't, you know, have a house at that point. So, I don't feel bad spoiling him, knowing where he came from. Yeah, I like the, you know, I like photoshopping stuff. Editing videos, though, you know, I'll say I don't always like that. Just because the rendering time typically gets to me. And if I start doing something else during the time of like the video rendering, I get sidetracked and yeah, nothing ever gets accomplished. Well, I think that the T30, I think the reload time's fine. It's just the accuracy while moving your turret. And also the hull that I think needs to be changed for how the game is balanced today. But I've kind of went on rants about the T30 a lot before. Holy crap, I actually hit him there. I really am... I'm kind of sorry for that E2. Sorry, LTTB. Did my best not to block him too much. Which, I do know I'm not gonna change the stream schedule as far as like what's listed and stuff, but I do know that for next week it's gonna be really different. I might only be able to stream 3 days instead of 4. It's the week of Thanksgiving, of course, coming up. And, you know, I'm only gonna be able to stream, I believe, once when it comes in the morning. I'm still kind of figuring out when I can stream now. Essentially, I work pretty much 6 days next week, but I do know that the likelihood of me streaming Tuesday morning is kind of low, but I will have at least one morning stream, and when it comes to night streams it might just be 2 for the week. I may not do a game of the week stream. It's just basically my schedule for Thanksgiving. Like, of course I work Thanksgiving Day and I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday after that. The problem I have is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday leading up to Thanksgiving. Basically every day there's a possibility of me working. Like Monday's a definite, Tuesday's like 90% chance, Wednesday's like a 80% chance of me having to work. So that's why I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to be able to put up like a set schedule for next week, but I'm going to do my best to stream as many days as I can. And I know the week following this upcoming week, I'm going to have to most likely change Thursday morning stream. But everything opens up after essentially these next couple weeks. I'm very busy at work again when it comes to like hours, and you know, for people as well, but we're only open the restaurant for another about 3 weekends, more or less. And then, you know, I'm gonna actually be able to stream a little bit more, and I'm gonna change the schedule up a little bit, and maybe even add one more day in. But it's just gonna, you know, I'm gonna mention it a few more times this week for the streams. It's just, you know, I know it's going to be tough to kind of know when I'll be streaming, but I'm going to try my best to, I'll put it up probably come Wednesday and Thursday streams here. I'll put up like a little thing on the stream while I'm streaming, just to give you like a guesstimate when I'll be live. It does help, honestly. Like, luckily, going from my old CPU to this one, if I had to render a video, it's pretty fast in the grand scheme of things. But you know, I'm still, I really like live streaming because there's not a lot of editing when it comes to things. Like my stream clips, I was trying to get them done yesterday, so I could release some, you know, of the ace tankers and really good matches from past streams. Unfortunately, Levi, his little foot cyst popped a little bit, so I had to baby him for a bit yesterday. Make sure he didn't mess it up. He's fine now, but yeah, that kind of ate up the time I had set aside for that. I plan on doing that, Randall. I actually, even though I didn't get around to videos yesterday, I have the live stream pages kind of set up to where they're updated now. I'm working on right now, or not right now, but I'll have finished hopefully by tonight's stream. I'm reorganizing some stuff on YouTube here, just when it comes to playlists and everything. But once I'm finished that, I'll be able to update articles on WoT Guru. Got another first class here, pretty nice, in the T29. While I'm talking about other stuff, I'll be able to start updating stuff when it comes to there. But pretty decent match, 2,300 damage, 1,200 assist. Pretty easy, to be honest. You know, taking the middle road there, they barely even contested it, and it was pretty straightforward at that point. Let me tip Levi one more time here. But more or less, you know, even though I haven't been able to do a lot on the website, you know, I will be able to definitely start doing things on a regular basis when it comes to that, once I'm definitely finished work. So let me get into the ELC here. I'm glad you're enjoying them well. Streaming, yes, it does have its downsides when it comes to, like, yes, you don't have to edit stuff, but it does pose its own issues. As you guys have seen, you kind of have to troubleshoot on the fly sometimes. What might help with that is you can actually use OBS to record local stuff, kind of do trial runs with that. But, you know, if you're just looking for the fun aspect and editing and stuff like that, doing standard videos, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I did that for, what, four or 5 years, I think, before getting into streaming here. But one thing, you know, I don't have it started, but so you guys mentioned or asked me, you know, to do some cooking streams. I'm still kind of I'm figuring out how I'm gonna do it, but I'm shooting for basically early next year, so after the holidays here, because with us finishing at the restaurant here, we have a couple weeks before Christmas lands, and Ryan and I, when it comes to Christmas, like, between my family and her family, we're kind of like pulled in different directions. But what I'm going to be doing with that, you'll notice, you know, I took menzgaming.com off of the stream overlay here. I'm going to be transferring that. I don't have the URL set up yet, so I don't want to say what it is in case someone tries to troll the hell out of me. But I'm going to be switching over to a different website essentially for my second website, and this one's gonna be strictly, when it comes to things, like more focused on... I got myself caught out here, I'm dead. I'll play the ELC again here in a second. Or not a second, I'll get back to it. Sorry, I know you requested it, Will. I got myself too far out there. Basically, I'm gonna be taking Menz Gaming down, and I'm gonna switch over to a different website. Sounds like a ton of work, but I've done this a few times to where I'll get it up in a day. I'm gonna switch over to a different URL, different website, layout, design, to where basically any video, say live stream, World of Tanks video, cooking video, what have you, it's gonna be on there essentially. I'm still gonna have WoT Guru for World of Tanks, and this way I have one website for everything, and I think it's gonna make things easier on my end, and also, you know, you guys, if you know you want to see different things instead of say just tanks or cooking and whatnot, it'll all be in one spot, one URL. Because right now, yeah. I kind of like how I have Menz Gaming set up. It's just, the way I have it set up is a little bit hard for me to edit things in a timely manner. I know, don't forget the emoji, guys. Randall's on top of things here, because I'm going to be doing a raffle after this battle. So far we're at 1,000 Levi biscuits for this pot, since I got 3 first class matches. So back into the Type 64 here. Seeing what I can spot here early on. Got quite a few things heading my way. Couple SPGs I gotta worry about. Take one more shot and I'm gone. Alright, I gotta keep an eye on where I'm driving now. But everything sounds all complicated when it comes to, you know, it doesn't look like I've been doing a lot on the website, which up until this past week I haven't really been able to do much, but I've been doing a lot of stuff on the back end to kind of get ready for when I can focus on like updating articles and putting new ones out. Still waiting for the HD map delay is kind of killing me, because I really wanted to start with updating all these map strategies to the new maps, but I can't do that until the public test server comes out for the HD maps, because currently there's no like screen grabs, mini maps of the new maps in their final form. Like all the maps currently in the game, Wargaming has released essentially large images of each map, kind of the mini map forms with no tanks on them. The new maps don't have anything when it comes to that, so I have to kind of stitch them together and get them myself. But until I know what the final form of that map is, it's a little hard for me to do that. But, yeah, there's a reason why you don't see too many people. Like, a few people have that stream, like their own streamer websites, but there's a reason why you don't see many, say, dedicated websites when it comes to doing like World of Tanks, like weak spots, tank guides, map strategies. It's hard to keep up with things sometimes, only because there's like so many things that can change in this game compared to say like other games where it might just change like a map, or you know, they tweak say like a hero's gun a little bit in some like Overwatch or something. I can't really pin this guy. I'm just trying to annoy him, hoping that he starts to turn. Right now he's side on to this T-29. The T-29 should be able to hit him. Okay, I guess he's shooting him. Just, I don't want to head out here. But 844 is going. Pop up this way. Died. Got 3 shots, 2 shots, 1 shot. No shots. Hello, average gamer. Yeah. That's part of the reason why, you know, I'm switching the overlays around here a little bit. I'm gonna switch them up again, hopefully here today. I should have time between this stream and the nightly stream. But I'm trying to make them a little bit less clunky, so there's more of the, you know, unobstructed view of the game. They're all coming back to the base, which I'm all for capping. You guys know that. However, I'm not able to cap against a T-28 HTC head on. That's like no bueno. Hope that the SPG is not behind me. Oh lord, I chose the wrong flank here. And I got one shot at. I ran across. I shouldn't have committed, just because the KV-85, you know, it has a pretty high alpha gun on it. Ooh, they're actually capping us. We tank number 6. We should get this though. RT-29, he did a damn good job. I'll give him credit. We should get this though. Alright, so let me do the raffle here. Winner gets 1,200 Levi biscuits here. He can thank the sponsors that use the 100 Levi biscuit emoji there. So I have a Chex tank up next, so let me hop in. I'll do the one I'm grinding. I have zoom tied to my mouse wheel. You little dog. Yeah, I do have a button to toggle zoom on the keyboard, but I just use the mouse wheel a lot of times. Up after this, I'm gonna pop into one more tank that I'm grinding before moving on to the next one. But I have about an hour left here, so let's see how this last hour goes in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if we're gonna get anyone to scout for us. just, I can't. Usually, you know, this isn't, it's not the most mobile tank with turning, which is the problem, but I don't have max view range. So getting out here, I won't be able to spot as many tanks as I'd like in this little open area. So I'm going to head out a little bit differently. Our team's pushing the south, which it could work, but I found recently that a lot of teams don't pull it off very well. But we have so many people there, it should be fine. Thanks, Will. Not sponsoring for me, sponsor for Levi. No. Levi's bleeding me dry with the amount of treats I have to, not for you guys tipping him, just for me sitting down. I have to tip him when I go on the computer. Oh, why did I sit out here? I'm gonna die. We're very close to it. Yep. I thought that Type 64 was not able to hit me, and it was just gonna be the bat chat. Alright, so that's out of the picture, pushing the hill. Not that I was gonna push it either way, but I was at least gonna scout it. But if my team wants to push the base, I will just sit behind them, I guess. I think what's going to be easiest when it comes to World of Warships is requesting just specific types of ships, like destroyer, battleship, cruiser, stuff like that. If you see in my port though that I have a certain ship, you can request it, but you know, when it comes to just requesting ships like off the get-go, I probably would stick to just classes, because I don't have a list for World of Warships as far as what ships I do have. I swapped the HE just to be annoying, but actually hitting something at this gun at this range is pretty low. I screwed up my match though by stupidly popping out in front of basically their entire flank there. And at this point, yeah, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us too much, but I can't sit out here and even spot. Yeah, I have a couple carriers. We all know what's about to happen to this guy. SPG screaming at people to move when he's in a pretty mobile one. Nope, you should have moved about 2 or 3 minutes ago, dude. At least he's gonna spot someone for us and we can kill him. Like, I've played this match like crap, don't get me wrong. I'm part of the problem here. But, the yellow people to move into, you know, myself with 100 HP and RTD 800 and the Tiger 2, I don't know what he's doing, but it's kind of asking a lot. I have a feeling this M44 is going to TK me though. I'd say there's like a 50-50 chance. Because my problem is we're so outgunned right now, but it's basically once they push on the base, unless they come like one by one really slow, we're kind of screwed. Like, I can't pen everything with this. Like, your pen on this gun, 132 millimeters. Basically, I can pen the sides of like the VK3002D, but the front, no, not really happening, especially at range. I wasn't able to really get into flanking anything this match at all. I don't even know why I took that shot, because I'm not able to pen him. I guess swapped over to APCR, but when it comes to penetrating this guy, it's going to be a whole different story. Trying to get myself... I hope he can't spot me, but I think he can. Oh Lord. Which, congratulations CJ on winning a raffle. I'm just kind of feel bad I screwed up in the beginning, but that was not entirely on me. Am I gonna be able to pen his side? I don't think so. Yay, I got 116 damage. I don't even know if I want to keep shooting at him, to be honest, because honestly not worth the credits at this point. Well, no, I'll play anything when it comes tonight in World of Warships. Oh, stay right there, please. Nope, I'm a goner. Titanic. What's that, Lobobo? Unless you're just making a joke for tonight. Just catching up on chat here. Yeah, typically the raffles, you know, they're 5 minutes long. I'd make them a little bit longer. It's just I found, looking at people entering them, typically everyone enters within the first 3 minutes, so I added on a couple more. Just to be safe, but sorry you missed that one, Casper. Yeah, mouse. I can add a mouse onto the request list, so let me first, I'm gonna hop into the KV3 since I'm grinding that now as well. Thank you, William. I kind of deserve that one. You know, it's meant to kind of be, like, I think it's funny. But tomato usually is like a derogatory term in World of Tanks, but you know, you guys using it, I think it's funny if you guys put it in chat. Because I usually, you know I make mistakes. Everybody does. And I make more mistakes than, say, other people that would stream and expect to do really good, because, like, I was watching a few people yesterday just when I was photoshopping stuff. The amount of people, like, they play the same tanks over and over, like tier 10s, tier 9s, but they only play tanks that are considered, say, above average, or ones that they only play good in. Say, I don't do that. I play pretty much anything I own, and I always try to expand the amount of tanks I have for you guys. Is it really hard on my point, or on my part? Yes. Like, some tanks, you know, I pop into after not playing them for, like, say, like a year, and, you know, I do my best Like, I know the general characteristics like armor, firepower, mobility, gun depression, but it's hard to kind of, you know, master a tank just playing a tank, you know, every here or there. Yeah. Words come out of my mouth. I'm having trouble here because the past few morning streams I've eaten breakfast beforehand. I woke up a little bit late today, so I didn't get to fully wake up before the stream here. But hopefully I can grab something to eat because I have to go help move furniture with my dad. Wonder if Levi is going to be much of help. I might just leave him here. Even though I'm just a mere tier 7 here, the turret's pretty tough on this. I'm not going to be able to pin him, but... And of course, just as I say that, he punches directly through the mantlet. That's literally the only spot that's weak on the frickin' turret front. Just because it's flat and it only has one layer of armor. Yeah. I was going to throw HE out here because it's the most reliable round I have right now. Like the 416, I could have penned him with AP right there, but knowing that I was going to get that shot, you know, there's no way of knowing that. So I'm just going to throw HE out here and just rack up a little bit of damage or completely miss. I can also do that. The fastest way to get a tier 10 is honestly just, you know, pick one line, grind down it, and spend gold and convert free XP. If you don't want to spend gold, just focus on one line. That's really there's no trick to it. Just play the same tank over and over in a line until you get to tier 10. Honestly, there's no rush to get to tier 10. To me, the faster you rush to it, the least, or the less you're going to enjoy it. Alright. I think I'll have one more nope, they all ran away. Well, at least my team's doing good. That Bat Chat was really lucky to survive, but unfortunately playing a tank with armor when you're bottom tier nowadays, yeah. Which for anyone who I'm interested to see when it comes to the next patch. Yesterday they kind of let out the armor changes for the British tank destroyer line. The AT2 is getting, I would say, nerfed into oblivion. Like some spots of its armor are getting reduced by like 50 millimeters. Like it has a ton of armor right now. They're nerfing the front armor, side armor, top part of its armor, basically everything. To where its armor is good now, but with how many premium rounds are chucked around, you can still pen it. The only spot that they're buffing is the weak spots around like the mantlet of its gun, since that's like one of the weak spots right now. They're buffing that, but the rest of the armor gets like basically sent back to the Stone Age, for lack of better terms. I'm hoping that they buff like the mobility or the gun, because it's gonna need something. They do buff other TD's armor, but the AT2 specifically is just getting, it's getting like smacked across the face. I was just looking at the changes and I don't know why they're doing it, because I thought the AT2 was actually underpowered, and the armor, while, you know, a little bit too good against lower tiers, you know, it kind of made the AT2 unique in a way, to where the gun you could get by with. Against higher tiers, it really struggled with the gun, but, you know, it definitely was a balanced tank. So, I didn't really accomplish anything this match, outside of just talking. Hopefully I can get... Nope. That's part of the KV3 though. The gun's not very accurate. I'll just stay out here and hopefully get a shot. It's just they're all... There we go. All my shots are going high. Depends, Grigsby. Nowadays, I only transfer a crew if I want to keep it for like a tier 9 or a tier 10. Usually I just plop 100% crews into the tanks that I have until that point. Just because, you know, the amount of tanks that I need crews for, there's no way I could keep up moving them around that much. That would be a ton of either a ton of credits, a ton of gold. Okay, let's go to T40. Rajesh, I don't know what you mean by that request, but that is how you use the request feature. But I'm not going to be taking any more tank requests, honestly, at this point in the stream. I'm not going to be able to do any more. But, we got to win. Which, thank you very much, Labobo and Grigsby, for the tips. I missed your tip for a little bit here, Labobo. I had my screen messed up over here, unfortunately. But thank you very much, guys, for the tips. But I would say, like, as far as crews go, honestly, with how they're set up now in World of Tanks, like, they haven't changed them. Like, the newer game, World of Warships, the crews are the crew system's a little bit more fair for the person, because you only have like one captain per ship, and you know it's a little easier to move them ship to ship. I would say it's not worth it moving crews up to different tanks until maybe like tier 6 at the earliest. I'd say tier 7. But if you're not keeping a tank, I would say if they have, say, their first crew skill starting to train, then just move them up. But if you're keeping the tank, I would say it's not worth moving them into the next line and then doing a new crew for that tank until you get to the higher tiers. Because really you're just trying to keep the crew skills that go with those crews. And if you don't really have, like, say, say your first perk, like Brothers in Arms or Repair or something, there's not that much of a difference between just 100% crew, or say you start off at like 90 or something, compared to, if you move that crew up and it has like, say, 20% on Repair. It's not going to matter that much. Something you can do, which is complicated, I'm going to try to explain my thoughts here, but say you're grinding like tier 5, tier 6, tier 7. Those grinds are still somewhat reasonable as far as the amount of battles you need. If you have 100% crew and that little plus sign comes up to add a crew skill, you can actually forego doing that if you're close to moving on to the next tank. Say you have like estimated like 10 more battles in, I don't know, an M4 Sherman before going up to, say, the Jumbo Sherman. And your crew hits 100% and you can pick a crew skill. You might want to just hold off on that and don't select anything, because that, the experience will keep accruing. And if you don't assign it, when you go to buy the Jumbo Sherman, say you want to move that crew into that, take your M4 crew with the unassigned crew skill, put it into the Jumbo, and if you research it for for free or with a credit price, you actually have a good shot at, say, hitting 100% without spending any gold to retrain that crew for your next tank. So that's actually kind of the cheapo way to kind of get around the crew system. Yes, you don't have any crew skills for the time that you're grinding a tank, but you don't have to spend credits on moving crews around. And honestly, for a lot of grinds, it's not that big of a loss, losing, say, one crew skill or something. Freaking Scorpion G. I'm not doing a very good job at positioning myself here. I was trying to help the AMX, but yep, not able to happen now. I think I explained that decent though. Hopefully it made sense. Unfortunately, now we're gonna get clobbered here. Our other side's not doing well at all. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that aren't in like positions to really push up, so we're not getting the map control that we need. Like Mouse, unfortunately for him, you know, he's not in a position to move. Our best shot from the north here was for pushing this side. It's really hard for you to push the other flank there, just because you almost always get stuck in E2. Like, I try it when I'm in a heavy, but I don't really go into it expecting to be able to push said side. But yeah, I'm just gonna get cleaned up here, unfortunately. I could have probably pushed up where the AMX was up here. It's just, I didn't do that because I saw that the guys that were heading over here, they're sitting in the two spots to kind of snipe, but really the only shot you have is this small little area here. You're not able to shoot the rest of the enemies that typically push through the zero line. So I was trying to help out there, but unfortunately, you know, only myself and the AMX were the ones spotted, and it just kind of sucked for us. But anyway, getting back into the ELC. Let me get a better match in this. Yes, Grigsby, that's true there. Unless it's like a tier 9, sometimes, you know, I'll move a crew with a perk into it. Martin, as far as premiums go, you know, say you have, like I was just playing the Patriot there. Say you have like a T-34, even though that's a premium, T-34 heavy crew, T-110E5 crew, M103. You just plop them into the Patriot that I was just playing there, and since they're the same nation, same class, you don't have to change the tank that they're in. You don't have to retrain. That's the benefit of being a premium. Typically, once you get going in World of Tanks, you don't need a crew, say, like I don't have any, say for like the US, Russian stuff, I don't have any crews for my premium tanks. They're all from other tanks with the same class in that nation. But that's, you know, it's one of the main perks of premium tanks. Pretty much credits and also crew training. I kind of wish that they would, you know, with changing the crew system to something like World of Warships, you're able to pop any captain into any premium ship as long as it's the same nation. Doesn't matter if it's a cruiser captain, battleship captain, what have you. Unless they changed that recently. Just trying my best to spot here. Would like to get down a little bit. Whoever is aiming at me, I just wanted to kind of throw him off. Okie dokie. Uh-oh, there's a T-67. This is no bueno for me. Got a Strev M42 trying to get me now. Crap, this T-67 might get me. Trying my best to make it hard for the T-67 to hit me. Here we go. I did what I could over there. I was trying to keep them lit up. We don't have any SPGs, but I was kind of hoping, you know, like that Chaffee popped up. Might be able to get a couple other people, since we have a lot of tanks sitting back trying to support. I'll try to do a quick little rundown with crews. That's one thing where I'll finally, like, which watch, I'll finally get an article up explaining the whole crew system, and Wargaming will switch it. But yeah. Hello, Victor. Oh, that just scared me. Oh, that was loud. I don't know why that was louder than the other shots. I guess because maybe I was zoomed in, but oh, that was really loud. Oh Lord, I screwed up there and pushed in. But unfortunately, the ELC, you know, I could use the 90mm on it. I don't think it's a good tank anymore. Like, it was fun beforehand with the mobility and the 90mm slapped on it, but they nerfed the 90mm, particularly the penetration. But the mobility, they kind of killed it, to where I honestly don't think it's that good of a scout anymore, because it's very sluggish, like turning, going up hills, and even in general it's not as fast and zippy as it once was. And like, I use the 75mm, I believe, with the fully functional turret. You know, that and the 90, like, you can deal damage with both. You have to play them differently, since one is a turret, one doesn't. But you know, to me, it's not that great of a tank anymore. You're better off getting a different mid-tier light. Which, unfortunately, I don't know where I want to go right now, because, you know, I basically don't have armor in this match. There's 2 SPGs, and everything can pen me from the front, except for probably their 2 tier 8 light tanks. Oh my god. Are you... Okay, so we are going the don't give a shit, let's lose tactic. This will be interesting. This is gonna be awesome. Awesomely bad. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna fire at him. I can't pen the PZ7. Don't think I've ever seen a team send nobody. What is it with frickin' teams? I can hang with weird team setups and tactics, but this takes the cake. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm trying to help my team here. Like, it does make sense for me to sit here from a, say, a personal standpoint, but yeah, I'm struggling to see what we're gonna do here. Like, I'm just chucking frickin' HE shells out, because really at this point there's not too much I can... Unfortunately, our south, I guess they pushed more than, you know, a typical southern flank would push, but we're about to be in a little bit of deep doo-doo here. Welcome back, Jordan. Rajesh, that's because more people play World of Tanks over in Russia than, say, North American server. Just holding out hope that my team actually does something here. We're actually up by a tank, but As long as they don't push, if they honestly could have just like bum rushed me, them and get right here, and we would have been toast. And instead, they kind of decided to push through the town. That's the only thing going for us right now. Like, we're still up, but it's gonna be difficult if they actually push. So I guess this is actually, we might pull this off. But luckily for us, the enemy kind of played right into this weird ass tactic that, excuse me, that we're doing. Yeah. I might get hit here from the right, but trying to get a shot off into the center. It's just like, I know I can't move too much further out than this. Okay, never mind. Strev S1 moved. He was what I was worried about. That's the only person to have hit me so far. Of course, I hit him in the frickin' turret front. Not out of the woods yet, though. Come on, pull back again. I'm not sure that I can actually hit you. Alright. Now it's time for me to move up. But damn if the enemy didn't help us here. Like, we're still... Honestly, I think we have a long way ahead of us, to be honest, because even though we're up by 4... maybe we have this. As long as we can get this M48 out, we're fine. Well, yeah, the crew system, it does take a while to get crew skills. But it also, if you play low tiers, you don't earn that much experience from matches. M48, yeah, they're going one by one into him. It's really depressing because we had this. We really did. And now we're, honestly, I would say we're not even to them. I'm gonna try to get over to the IS-3. But yeah, we gotta play this slow now, which hopefully they don't push behind me. It's just, nope, M48's, yep. It's just damn depressing because we had both tanks and SPG numbers over them, and my team just kind of threw it away. But we still have this as long as... Okay, you're gonna throw heat at me, I'll throw APCR at you. His standard shell can pen me through the front. As long as our arty starts hitting some stuff, we'll be fine. But we threw away like 3 tanks just sitting up on the top of the cliff. I don't know what this M103 is doing, but yeah, I've got no words right now as to what the M103 is doing. I guess he's trying to get over to see if the M48 is gonna push far, but the problem with that is I'm one-shottable. The IS-3 is one-shottable by the 704. It's... Nope. Here's the Strav. I'm really lucky I didn't get one shot at there. But I actually can't rely on my armor right now. There we go. He hit me in the side of my turret, fortunately for me, but oh, thank God. Problem with the prototype is your armor's, it's just barely good enough to bounce most things at tier 8. Once you start factoring in tier 9, tier 10, the whole front of your turret more or less becomes a pretty big weak spot. I'm having difficult. I think the M48 dropped down. The problem is I can't push with the 704 there. Are you kidding me? I took that shot 1 second or a half second too late. I had it right on him. That pisses me off. I should have taken it earlier, but I was pointing just a little bit too low. Yeah, I screwed up there. It's badass, or not badass, bad reflections. Not badass reflections. I can't believe it, but at the same time, we shouldn't have even been in that scenario. The M103... just don't push into him. The M103 should have this, and our arties, as long as they... go ahead now. I'm actually going to sit here and watch the rest of this, but it shouldn't even be that close, because... A, I made a mistake there. I should have killed that M48, but we lost literally 3 tanks trying to push over a cliff into like 5 of their tanks, but... well, you know, Grigsby, thank you for the tip, Grigsby. When it comes to, you know, if you have a 4.5 cruise skill in a KV1 and to move it to the IS-3, I would say it would be worth it to do that if you plan on keeping the IS-3. I would say move it into that, train a new crew for the KV1. You can always get crew skills for the KV1, you know, with that new crew. Only because if you plan on keeping the IS-3, since I know you prefer like middle tier tanks, they'll be better used in the IS-3 than the KV1, if that makes sense. I would say in that scenario it would make sense to do that. At least we should win this, unless something really bad happens. Unfortunately, I'm not taking any more requests, guys. It's getting towards the end of this stream here, so I can't do a KV2 request. I did play it a little bit ago. You can rewind to it. It was on Windstorm like 5 or 6 matches ago. You can't pre-train a crew, Floyd, before you purchase a tank. You used to be able to do that, but they changed that. Oh god. 704 is gonna kill him. Even my computer, it's like struggling. Whew, thank the Lord. My computer is like skipping FPS there because it's like, what's happening right now? But I knew that guy was coming around there. I stupidly messed up my shot there. I clicked too late. Anyway though, damage-wise not too great. Experience-wise top 2, since I got a little bit of a assist damage in there in the end. But let's get the KV1 and the E100. I'm gonna do my best. You know, I took a little bit too many requests today. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all of them, but I'm going to do my best to get to as many as I can here. Because I have about 20 minutes left for the stream. No problem, Grigsby. You know, feel free, even on, you know, you can ask if you're on Discord. If I see questions there, I do my best to answer them. Or other people, you know, on our Discord help out a lot too. But, you know, I don't mind questions. I'll answer any, you know, relevant question here on the stream. Well, as far as for the stream for Christmas goes here, I kind of clicked it off a little earlier. It's gonna be the same thing as I've had last year, but I made a little overlay for the stream here when it comes to the holidays. But I think I'm gonna roll with the same sweater. The hat might get an upgrade, but it's only Ryan and I still need a Christmas shop. We're usually done, honestly, by like October. We have like one person done so far. And we have like 20 people we need to buy for. So we have pretty big families on both sides. Anyway, I'm gonna go kind of straightforward approach here, even though I'm bottom tier. I don't think that their tier 7s are gonna head this way, so I mainly have to worry about their tier 6s and, you know, 5s, but we'll see how this works out. Wait, their E25 actually did set up on this side. When it comes to this, yeah, early streams here, I am one of the few people that stream English on a regular basis. But that still comes down to, you know, World Tanks is a lot more popular when it comes to Europe and Russia. Even, you know, the SEA server earlier this year actually pushed past, which the Australian server also helps now too with that, pushed past the NA server for being, you know, now the NA server is the least populated server by I'd say by it's about 5% lower than the SEA server now, I think. Granted, you know, the SEA server does have a lot more problems with bots than the NA server does. I'm sure anyone that plays on there can attest to that. Oof, he just got nailed. Do my best to peek. Help out this AT7 the best I can, but I'm not sure if we actually want to do this. It's just armor wise, it depends on if the arty's hitting him or not. 1200 HP can go pretty fast with both of those SPGs shooting him, but I'm pretty sure the archer's somewhere to the left of that AT7 now. KV1 though, you know, the armor, I don't really put too much weight in the armor of the KV1 nowadays. There he is. Little bugger. He could see us well before when he just fired. Surprised we didn't get arty'd yet. E25, I'm really shocked. Like, I'm not too shocked that he's running away, but I'm a little bit, to be honest, because he should have just ran into the buildings. I guess it's fine with him hitting me instead of my AT7. I'm just mainly here to make sure he doesn't get flanked, because armor-wise should be pretty smooth sailing for the AT7. outside of SPG shooting him, or the E25 firing gold, or flanking him. Got one shot on him. I'm not able to hit him again. There we go, very nice. I'm actually going to be, if you're talking about the overlays on the stream here, I need to switch them a little bit again. But I'm just moving what's in the upper right to the left side, so I don't have to crop out for the timer during the battles. But yeah, I'm trying to make the overlays a little bit less clunky. Uh-oh, he's actually going to get me here. APCR, he can pen me every time, even angled. I just hope they don't push. You know, we only have 2 people plus 2 SPGs in the base. I hope they do not push. Crap. E25's got the AT7. Unfortunately, maybe. I bounced off of a E25. Are you kidding me? We could have just taken him out there. I'm just on the cusp of them being able to spot me. And I'm taking a risk because the only thing stopping them from spotting me are these bushes. Come on. You can do it, accuracy. There we go. I've seen a couple of those streams. Like, I click around to different streams and I'd push here, but I know that's a losing fight. We still don't know where 2 other enemies are, but nope, SU-100Y got me. Of all things. Actually, go figure. The thing with no armor, no view range, no camouflage killed me. I wasn't expecting him to. He's sitting more or less in this general area here. Oh, now he moved up. Maybe it was actually closer than that. God damn it. You don't want to do that. But I tried here. I'm moving along. Since I got the E100 here, I might be able to do the mouse as well. Whoops, wrong way. Which, for those of you on the NA server, you know, this past weekend for Veterans Day, they had those sales when it came to tanks and also training new crews. For anybody that does do it, as far as converting free experience, I would wait because there is a sale coming up for that in the next week or 2. Definitely, I think by the end of November, so I'm thinking the Thanksgiving sale that they'll be popping up. It depends on the percentage that Jack of all trades is at, Grigsby. Like, it does work before it gets to 100%. I believe once it's 100%, it replaces them at like 90% of like their skill level, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's somewhere, if you Google it, it should pop up the percentage, but it's not exactly 100% of what they had before, say like reload and stuff like that, but it's almost the same at the very least, once you get it to 100%. I use it on some of my crews. It's a little bit less useful now because you do have reusable, you know, med kits, repair kits, what have you. But for some tanks, you know, once you get Brothers in Arms, repair, camo, 6 cents, say, it makes sense to pick it up. Rajesh, please, you know, I've warned you quite a few times not to be, like, spammy in the chat, and I don't know what you mean about Monday, Friday, Saturday, and stuff. But I'll, you know, this is the last warning I'm gonna give you, because it's been a few streams here. I can't live stream every day, nor can I live stream, you know, a huge amount of time each day, just because, you know, even, you know, fortunately I have off in the winters, and that's coming here in the next few weeks. But even so, you know, I have stuff to do outside of just, you know, say live streaming when it comes to my dog, girlfriend, house. I still have to, this early winter, and my job is to, I need to finally finish all the baseboards around my house. We have not painted them yet. We have them all up. We painted the ones in here before we put them up, but the other ones, yeah. But that's gonna take me a couple weeks to do that. I don't like fighting the bridge. I tend to stay away from flanks where it's really, you know, just head-on fighting. Plus, Artie really likes to focus here. But if nobody else is here, I kind of have to suck it up and do it. I don't mind painting too much, but I've kind of been putting off doing this because baseboards isn't fun. Painting, of course. Which I am going to do a raffle after this battle, and then I'll hop into the mouse, and that'll be it for this stream today. I really hope this guy doesn't have heat. Thank God. I'm just gonna honestly chuck HE shells out here, but I did not want to fight here. But my team left me pretty much no choice, because if I didn't head here, it would be a completely different scenario right now with how these tanks are able to push up. I'm just putting a little bit of faith in my team that they can win, but so far we're losing the northern flank because we have two JPZ 100s that can't crest over, and we're losing the southern flank. Just, I'm missing a cup. I almost said a, I don't even know. I was trying to say a couple, but an F came out beforehand, probably because I kept missing. But it's just, usually I was kind of holding out hope that my Artie would help me here so I can get somewhere else. But yeah, at least we're still, and I forgot about the JPZ here. I don't know if he's still there or not. Why did I think that that was gonna hit? Come on now. Yeah, I almost said a bad word there. That's how you get demonetized on YouTube. Although the funny thing is, when it comes to live streams, they actually do not, or they can't, essentially monitor your live streaming content until it re-uploads as a standard video. So that's why you see a lot of like 24-hour live streams for, like, say like Family Guy and stuff. I see a lot popping up on YouTube. They'll just live stream them, and when they bring them down, they just start a new one. The only thing they can actually do here for live streams is, Hey little bud, I really can't pet you right now. There, you get a little scratch. Is the title of your streams. That's the only thing they really monitor. I'm gonna start pushing out here. I hope that these two guys hold on. Honestly, they can one-shot both of those tanks. They just need to... I honestly would load HE in their case and pop them. Just take safe shots. If you hit them with HE, it's a almost guaranteed 2-shot on their part. I'm kind of holding out on whether or not I want to flank this way, but I think I want to head this way because there's 4 of our tanks. Very nice. They got the Super Conqueror out. 4 of our tanks in the south compared to just 2 on the ice road. To where I think they got that. I ain't really accomplished too much here outside of just blocking some damage. Hey, I don't like fighting on the bridge because usually it's just kind of, you know, you're stuck on your side and there's no real upside to going there. But luckily our team kind of, they pulled it out there. I was a little bit worried for a little bit, but in the end of the day they did a good job. I am a little bit lucky, Victor, yes. Brian's, you know, she's cool with it though, just because, you know, it does bring in, you know, some money when it comes to streaming, my website and stuff. Or it's a nice little hobby. But my streaming schedule, I typically work around, like I don't stream a lot when she's home. Which is why I stream really early and really late right now. So, you know, I do my best not to, you know, push my luck too far. But come time when there's some cooking streams, you might see Ryan helping out a little bit. Hey little dog, where you at? Hello Vertic, nice to see you. So I got one more battle here. Let me do another giveaway as well. Got a Master Badge 3rd class somehow. But in the grand scheme of things, I just pretty much just filled a hole and yeah. Let the rest of my team carry me to victory. That's sometimes what you need to do though. Yeah. My mouth is just screaming, you need to eat breakfast. Like marbles in my mouth. You little dog. I'm making work for him a little bit now. I will be back streaming tonight though. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it'll be World of Warships for anyone interested in World of Warships. You know, tonight you will be able to request, you know, I don't have a list of all the ships that I have. I don't even know all the ships I own, to be honest. But you will be able to request, like, say you want me to play destroyer, carrier, stuff like that. Since it is, you know, basically just a 2-hour stream, I might go a little bit past the end time. But World of Warships matches, whereas World of Tanks average match is about 6-7 minutes. World of Warships, the average match is about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to get a ton of individual battles in, which is, you know, part of the challenge of streaming World of Warships. Is it is a really slow-paced game. Spanky, you know, I played World of Warplanes recently on a stream. It's just, when it comes to non-World of Tank streams, we vote on it every Sunday during the stream. Usually the mise en place, she helps me a little bit, but I'm a little bit quicker when it comes to running around prepping everything. Hey little dog, I'm almost done here. He's doing his damnedest to beg another treat out of me, but I always play with him out of the or at the end of the stream. I'm just trying my best to spot for my team here. I knew I was gonna miss him. I don't know why I fired. Luckily I have a crap ton of armor here, but as long as I can get up far enough, it should pan out. I have a lot of people behind me. We didn't really push the other side, which how that M48 died, I do not know, but I'm fairly sure that guy's a troll. Because there's no way that he should have died that quickly. Like, even if he like rushed through the frickin' town, he shouldn't have died that quickly. Need to make sure I get this guy out before I advance. Angle a little bit here. Crap, I should have kept. Ooh, I actually just bounced another bat chat already shot, essentially. They really need to help out down here. Doesn't matter that they're capping right now, as long as we keep moving up slowly. What matters is they don't get behind us. I will gladly push through here. Crap. That's such a bad shot. Crapola, they are pushing. Lord. Oh Lord, I'm getting angry at myself because I'm trying to do two things at once. It's not working, obviously. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and get shot a couple times here. Hope I can bounce this grill. He's not aiming. Alright, you guys kill him. Or not. Come on, T-32. I'm putting a lot of faith in you. Really? Are you freaking kidding me, dude? But I get for putting a little bit of faith that they can shoot a tank with no armor. No, don't get me wrong. I'm making a handful of mistakes here. I am not helping my team. Like, we are ahead here still, so I'm being a little bit hard on myself, but we should have been able to kill both of these tanks. Alright, I've got to approach this. There we go. That worked. Now we got this. I should have, when it came to, I was aiming south. I shouldn't have aimed south. I should have just stuck on my flank pushing forward. I hit an ally, but I didn't kill him. Thank God. That would have been a little bit embarrassing. I'm not even gonna say sorry because I didn't kill him. I got a little lucky there. Oh God. But congratulations, Labobo, on winning the raffle. Not the prettiest of matches, but we got a W out of it somehow. Ugh. I did play World of Warplanes about a day or two ago. I still pop into it at least like once or twice a week and just play like a handful of battles. Get my grinds done on a couple planes. But anyway, my last battle of the stream here. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. I will be back tonight. When it comes to streaming, I'll be streaming World of Warships. Unless something goes wrong and the servers aren't up, which I don't foresee that. But my next World of Tanks stream will be tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, or Standard Time. And then Thursday, we have another morning stream here. I did say earlier in the stream that next week, you know, by tomorrow and Thursday, I should have a decent idea when I'll be able to stream. But next week, since it's Thanksgiving here, I work a lot to where I pretty much know I won't be able to stream Thursday morning. It's Thanksgiving Day. I'll be at work. But I had to figure out when I can stream next week. But it probably is going to be a little bit less than it has been the past couple weeks, since I'm working about 6 days a week. Thanksgiving Day, I work about 12 hours, 14 hours. So yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys tonight for some floaty boats. So have a nice one.